What is the largest number that a human can grasp? My previous video about humans put into perspective, which you should really check out, mentioned that humans can really only grasp small numbers, nowhere near the amount that we talk about when we're talking about the universe. So, what is the largest number that a human can grasp, in his or her mind? Okay, let's start small. You can probably visualize numbers up to 50 pretty well. 50 people, right? 100 is a bit harder, but still well within our ability to visualize. However, when we hit the thousands, we kind of get overwhelmed. Sure, I guess we can still imagine in thousands, but as the numbers grow ever larger, they kind of grow more distant and we can't really wrap our mind around them. Take, for example, the fact that there are about 28,000 days in the lifetime of an average human. Can you really comprehend 28,000 days? Probably not. However, perhaps you could imagine things that are in the thousands and work with that, even if you couldn't really imagine each unit specifically, as you could do with smaller numbers. Take, for example, stadiums, which often have thousands of seats. You can surely imagine a stadium, can't you? Large companies such as Google employ thousands of employees, over 50,000. There are 86,400 seconds in a day. We can't probably truly imagine these numbers, but somehow form an image of them using other objects. I think near 100,000, most people hit their limits on how much numbers they can actually imagine. Of course, there are exceptions to this rule, such as savants that can perform incredible large calculations in their head. But I believe that most humans cannot truly wrap their minds around numbers that are larger than 100,000 or even close to it really. I think that we can likely visualize numbers up to around 100 and get kind of a grasp with the numbers up to 100,000. However, past that number, we can only simply work with these numbers and not truly appreciate how large it is. Of course, this boundary is different for people, and it's not a scientific fact of any sort. So that truly doesn't answer what the largest number is that humans can grasp. I think this varies from person to person, but let's keep going. There are over 7 billion humans in the world. We all know this fact, but we can't really know it. We have no way of grasping a billion in our mind, so I can say confidently that this is well past the limit for what humans can grasp. I guess Stalin was right when he said that one death is a tragedy, but a million deaths is a statistic. We can take cold comfort in numbers, not truly grasping how large they are. But let's go further. The Milky Way contains around 100 to 400 billion stars, wherein according to calculations. The universe has 100 billion galaxies, and it is estimated that over 76 billion stars exist in the universe. Now that number is basically useless to us. You might as well say that there are a trillion stars in the universe, because both numbers are equally incomprehensible to us. Although we could come up with numbers and names for them, we finally reach a limit, at least for the human mind. That number is Graham's number, and it is absolutely huge. This number is so huge that it cannot be expressed in normal terms, for it would take up space larger than the observable universe if each digit was the Planck length, and the Planck length is the smallest distance we can come up with. The Graham's number is described as the upper bound in something called Ramsey's theory, which I won't go into detail here, but if you're interested in, you can look up online. It is even too big to write in scientific notation, or exponents, so an upside down and up-down arrow notation is necessary to write it. According to life science, if you were to imagine Graham's number in the brain, or try to store it as digits in our brain, a black hole will be created. Of course, this sounds silly, but not once you think about it. Consider that the number is large enough not to be recorded in the observable universe. So, if you attempt to squish all of that matter into your tiny brain, it will likely create a black hole. Of course, there are probably larger numbers than that, but we can definitely say that you cannot grasp Graham's number in your mind. If you don't want to turn into a black hole, that's it. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more great content. Write any suggestions for future video ideas in the comments below.